Hello, party people. It is Randy. I am here with project number 6. It's our last project from Sunken Treasure, Bargain Bead Box 2024. I gotta double check it's 6. Yes. It's project number 6. Here we are. Gonna use that octopus guy today. So this is our last project. We have our beads reserved, and we are going to be using this unicorn card. There we go. So this has been, this will be our last video in the series for the month of June. I am night beading this time around, hence the jammas. I'm getting ready to go for 4th of July to North Dakota, where my family is, and spend the week out there. So if you have been following along with these videos, you would know that I'm probably going to be gone what is day today? 27th? The 27th through the 7th. So I will not be hosting morning coffee. However, I did want to make mention that our friend Rosanna from In Rose's Garden is hosting morning coffee at 9 a.m. on her channel. I will link that down in the description of this video, so that if you wanted to come hang out for morning coffee and I am not available, you can head on over there. That's where all the thunder chatters will be. So that's the goings-ons with that. One other little announcement is that when I do come back on the 8th of July for the sale, we are doing a trial run of our Claim It Live bead sale. So we are going to, in the month of July, we are going to have bi-weekly sales. So we're going to have our first sale on the 8th, and then we're going to skip the next Monday and then have our sale on the 22nd and skip the following week. So we're actually only going to have 2 Claim It Live bead sales in the month of July. They're going to be larger sales with different types of items, and we're going to split them up. We're going to do our normal half starting at 9 a.m., go to about noon, take a 2-hour break, come back at 2 o'clock, do some more, right? So hopefully for some of you who have reported in that you cannot attend during 9 a.m. morning sale time because you're working or have doctor's appointments or have kids over or whatever the situation is, maybe check out the afternoon sale starting on July 8th. So we're trying some new stuff, just letting you know. Let's jump down to the mat and get this party started. All right, so here we are with this guy, project number 6. So this is the unicorn necklace. Now, if you followed along with our plan, basically this was our last card that we had, and obviously we did not have a unicorn, we had an octopus. But what we decided to do was we decided to take this card, zoom in on it here, and recreate this headpiece, the design of this headpiece on the pony here, the unicorn, and make a necklace based on the beads that we had for this particular design, excuse me, using the Sunken Treasure beads. So the only thing that I think I'm going to be adding to this guy is, I believe I did say on the back of this I wanted to add some SAR Silk. So I'm going to work on the necklace first, and then I'll take a look at that. I do have my jar of SAR Silk here, different colors and things. I had said that I wanted to use perhaps a pink. Oh, it looks like there's some fairy silk in there too. I wanted to use a pink because of the card. It has pink and blue in it. So we'll see what that looks like when we get there. But let's take a look at all this business here. And, see, might need some more cups. See where we're at with it. Oh. Oh, whoops. guy is open. Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah. So it also looks like I grabbed the citrine stone off my desk because we needed a little drop here, and that's what I had available at the time. So you could use a citrine stone. You could use any kind of stone you want. You could use a charm of some sorts. So I did add that from my stash. And I think I remember saying that we were not going to use a whole bunch of these. Is that what I said? I don't remember. I have to look at the design. We got our turtles. And we'll just get ourselves ready to go here. So it's got a string on it. I do really like these bicones. They're like frosty AB situation. Very cool. Alright. So I have these tied up, and I wonder if that's for a reason. So I'm gonna take a second glance at this and see if I made any notes for myself, because, you know. Okay, it looks like we have turtles. Turtle, 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 turtle. So we got our guy here, we got turtles coming down. It looks like I'm going to take this loop off of here. I feel like I have a mosquito on my arm. And then it looks like over here is where I am doing this. Is it these guys? Oh no, these guys are for up here. Okay. Like so. All right, I got it. And then these little guys also go here. Zoom down a little bit. I'm just kind of designing this up because this one was a little more complex and I don't remember what I was supposed to be doing. Okay, so we got those, and then we have these as well here. And then we said we were going to add SAR Silk. Okay, so that's what she's looking like. So this I also have fairy silk. Some different colors. There's some pink in there. Let's see. Here's some pink. I wanted to use some pink because this unicorn had pink. That's really bright pink. I do kind of like this one. It's kind of muted. Maybe that goes with my turtles a little better. I think I'll go with that. And then I also have this little smidge, because I'd also said, oh, maybe I'll put a little smidge on his thing. That would work out perfectly. Okay. So we got that going on. We will not worry about that at this particular moment. Alright, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go ahead and start by taking the loop off of here. So I'm going to get my cutter out and my file. And I'm going to have a little zip of coffee and we're going to get rocking and rolling. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and find a good spot here. I'm going to kind of twist as I go. Easy peasy. Then, I'm going to do a little filing. We're getting there. Now I do have some patina paints if I need to go back and maybe give a little patina, but for the most part, I don't think that we really need to, but we can if we need to. Alright, so that guy's ready to go. Now, these attachments, I'm just looking at them and I'm thinking, okay, we're just going to go ahead and start from the bottom up, as I like to do. So we're going to start here. Now, in the card, because this is a dangly bit, they have like a link. So I'm probably just going to attach this with a little smidge of chain. So let me see if I got a little gold chain or something to work with here. Just a little tiny piece. There's a little tiny piece. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to get my head pins out. And I'm going to get a little wire. I think I'm going gold on this here. Okay, what do we got? 26 gauge. 26. We've got 26. We've got 20. We have all the things. 24. I'm going to use this Beadsmith 24 gauge. And I'm going to start out with some ball head pins down here. Having a lovely day. I've had a pretty good day today. I'm getting ready to go see Jefferson, so that's always fun. Okay, so we're just going to pretend that doesn't exist. We're going to start here. And we're just going to do a simple wire wrap. Now, if you don't know how to do a simple wire wrap, I'm going to do it slow the first time so you can see how I do it. Now everybody does it different. Basically, a lot of you have seen me do this. So what you're going to do is you're going to leave enough space in between the bottom of your plier and where your wraps are going to be. So this space right here, this is where your wraps are going to be. So you're going to grab a hold of it. Now wherever you go on this tapered round nose, that's how big your loop is going to be. So I'm going to go down a little bit, about right here. I'm going to make a bend. Basically going to make the number 7. Okay, then I'm going to bring that up over the top. I'm going to let go of pressure on my plier. I'm going to spin it to the other side. Apply pressure. Okay, so you should have this. You're going to bring it around so that it creates an entire loop. It's going to be crookedy. Okay, and then you're going to, so you're here, you're going to put the pressure back to the top. I turned mine sideways. You're going to bend this down so it looks like a happy lollipop head, and you're going to wrap. 1, 2, 3, and there we go. I wrap to the bead until it's tight. You're going to come in, give this a snip, come in with your chain nose. I hit this right here to give it a little work harden and to straighten out any wonkiness, and then push that in so the tail don't jump out and hurt nobody. Okay, and that's what you got. A little guy ready to rock and roll. Okay, so now I'm going to do another one. And on this one I'm going to put 2 beads. Now on this one, I am going to connect this onto this little piece of chain. So I'm just going to open that, and I'm going to find the end here and just wrap that right on. Come in with my chain nose, grab a hold of the loop to stabilize it, both sides of the loop, the whole thing. And then I'm going to wrap. Ooh, that one had a little bitty tail. And then I'm going to trim that. Straighten this up, tuck this tail in. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. So now I want this to hang. I mean, it doesn't have to be this long, but I want to hang that on there according to our card. So we got those two, and then this guy, which will then attach to this guy and go up to the octopus. Okay, so what that means for us is I got to give this a trim. And I got to get a jump ring. I'm going to use some gold ovals in 6mm. I'm just going to prepare this chain by getting a hold of the end of it. Now this little guy I just wanted to put on there for funsies. Close him up. And then this one attached to this guy. Let's see which the front. This looks to be the front for me. So now we have a little cluster going on. This is our little cluster. Okay. So now what we need to do is we need to connect this, this, and this. In order to do that, we're going to use the wire. So I have the 24 gauge gold wire here, and I'm just going to get a little snippet of that. This is the one that keeps unraveling. Stop unraveling. Okay, so for this situation, I am going to put this down so that it can focus. Alright, so all we need to do here is we have this little bit of wire. Just going to get it straightened out. And you could also use an eye pin for this, but I think that this could be good. So basically we're going to create a link. So we're going to do the same thing that we did down here when we wrapped these. We're just going to leave a tail, make a number 7, bring that up over the top, spin, create a lollipop head, go back. Now here we got some things to attach, so we're going to open it. So you should have this. So we got to open a little bit. And the first thing we're going to attach is the danglies. So I'm going to hook on to this jump ring, the last jump ring that I put on. Come in here, grab hold of the link, the loops, and wrap. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Give it a little snip. Tuck that in. And now, right here, I'm going to do I want to do this little blue one on the bottom? Yeah. Little blue one on the bottom, and then this one. And now we're going to attach this directly to the bottom of our octopus, which is going to be here. So I'm just going to wrap it directly on. Now you could use a jump ring if you felt more comfortable with that. It's completely up to you. But I think I have enough wire here where I'm not going to need one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a larger loop. Now in order to do that, I'm going to go down further on my round nose. You can see it's tapered. It's like that for a reason. So I'm going to come way down to the bottom. Hopefully I can with this little wire. And I'm going to leave enough space so that the bottom of my plier is basically touching the bead. I'm going to go up over the top, spin, make a lollipop head, open it up, and then I want to make sure that it's big enough that it's going to fit on here. I was trying to see if there's a front and a back to this that I'm going to like better. Do I like this as the front? Do I want this to be the front? I kind of like the little drop in the front. Okay, so I'm going to go this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to get a hold of this and I'm going to wrap down to the bead. Trim it. Tuck the tail in. Looks pretty good. And then I just want to make sure that it can move on this octopus arm, right? Which it can. So there is our first portion of this necklace. So this portion, where's my card? This portion is, if this is the octopus, this is this first little strand. Okay? So that's what we're doing. I have another little zip of coffee. I do like that citrine on there. It's very cute. Alright, on to the next. So the next is going to be these two bottoms. Now those two we're going to put here, and here. Basically going to be the same situation. We're going to wire wrap these up, just like we did here with all this business. I'm not going to put chain, but we're just going to wire wrap them and attach them on. Easy peasy. So let's do that. So with these guys, I am going to do so these two are hanging. Okay, they're separate. So I'm going to wrap these just as little danglies. You guys, I'm sorry if I'm so sniffly. I tried to wear green eyeliner today and I had a really bad reaction to it. My eyeballs are just, everything is bad. So if I'm super sniffly, I'm sorry. So there's one, and then the second one, same thing. Now these two are going to hang on here. So this one, we're going to use the wire. So I'm going to go back to the wire over here. And I'm going to get quite a larger piece for this. Not super large, but larger than the last time because we have more beads to put on. And I would rather have more than less. And I'm going to create a number 7 over the top. Spin, lollipop head, open it up, and then I'm going to put these two on there. 1, 2. Grab a hold of both of the sides of the loop to stabilize it. 1, 2, 3. You can do more than 3 if you want. You do as many as you want. As long as you're making the same amount on each side, don't matter. You do what you want. There's no rules around here. Ooh. This little guy tucked in. Okay, I might have got a little excessive with my wire, but here we are. So now, stone, turtle. I want my turtle facing down because my other turtles are going to be facing up. So I want this one facing down. And I'm going to put this guy. Okay. So this guy, is he going to fit? It's questionable. I'm going to switch it around. I was hoping that would fit there. It's not going to. I'm going to put this down here, put on my turtle, and then I am going to grab up a seed bead out of my stash just to fill this gap so it makes it easier for me to wire wrap. So let me grab just a seed bead here of some sorts. Got some 11s. Well, I have gold. I have other colors too, but I think I'll use, or should I use pink? Wait, what color is my ribbon? I could use this. Could use this gold. I am going to go with the pink for fun. Okay, so these are size 11s. These are from Taylor's Falls. These are, I actually sold these on the bead sale a while back. There's some of those summer colors. I think these are the strawberry ones. I think I might need 2, honestly. Uh-oh. Houston. They went inside of there. They went inside the turtle. Well, that's okay. We will stabilize our turtle. When in doubt, just play a different game. Okay, so I guess I'm going to stabilize my turtle here. I do have to make sure that I have beads all the way down so that when I wrap, there's no space in between. So now I basically have 2 showing, which is what I wanted, 2.5 kind of, but that's what I wanted. So I'm going to go with that. And then we can't forget, we're going to connect this onto our octopus right here. So again, we're going to make a larger loop on our plier. So I'm going to move down. Doesn't have to be as large as the first one, but I am going to move down and wrap around here. Open it up. Bring the octopus in. Put him on there. Oh, don't lose my seed beads. Whoa, Houston. Get on there, you little seed beads. Quit being difficult. There we go. They were trying to slide up the wire. Okay, get a hold of that, wrap down. Go wrap all the way down to the seed beads, just like that. And tuck this in. And so there is our second dangly bit. Okay. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side that you just saw me do. So I'm not going to make you sit through that again. I'll come back when we get to the top part. 1 second. Alright, my party people, here we are. We are back. I've got my other dangle on. I ended up putting him on this one here. I am now going to start the top portion, and I'm going to be using some champagne colored Extreme Flex from Sawflex in medium. I got a little smidge of this left. And we're going to get that ready to go for the top portion, where I'm just going to string these guys on. Now, I'm going to string them on to this finding here. So this is like a little ribbon end, just a little claw. This part is what is going to hook into our SAR Silk. This part I'm going to put on the end here, like so. Okay. So, I will probably just attach with a jump ring. So I'm going to grab some jump rings out. That way, if I mess up or something, I can just take it off. No big deal. Okay. So, just need a little bit of this. For this side here. And I'm going to need some number 2 crimp tubes for this portion. 4 of them. Okay, so I'm going to start with my crimp tube, and I'm going to put him on there, and then I'm going to take my octopus, and I'm going to attach here and here. Okay, you could also go in here if you want, it's really up to you, but I'm going to go into this first little arm, and I'm going to run this through here. Now, I don't want this to be super tight where it can't move because this necklace needs to be able to move. So I am going to leave the loop a little bit looser. Let me get my crimper here. Crimper, here you are. Okay. So when I'm crimping, I just want to make sure that these are not twisted. I want to make sure my crimp is where I want it to be. And come in here, crimp it. And there we are. Crimp looks good. I'm going to give it a trim. And then we can go ahead and put on our beads. Now, if you're going to use bead covers, which is you totally can do, you're going to want to make sure you have a bead cover that's large enough to cover up your crimp. Which, I don't know if I have any super large gold crimp covers down here. These are all, I have one. Larger. That's a 5. These are 3s. These crimps are 2s. So, I mean, you can do it, but it takes a little bit of maneuvering, and I don't feel like that today. It's like I gotta do a restock on my downstairs business. Anyway, not the point. So, we're gonna go ahead and just put these on. And thread these on here. I want these turtles to be going upwards. Now again, we have this situation with this bicone, so I'm gonna put a few seed beads. And on these down ones, we stabilized our turtles, so perhaps I'll do the same here. I don't know how many it took me last time. Apparently more than 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So on my other turtles I can see 2 beads sticking up. So I got too many on there. Gotta take one off, so 14. And then this guy, this guy, this guy. Okay, so that's what I got. I'm going to go ahead and take my crimp tube, and like I said, I'm going to attach this to a jump ring just for the time being. I'm going to run this down here through this bead, my battery's going to die. And once I got it where I want it, I'm going to give it a crimp. good. Go ahead and snip that off. And hopefully before my battery dies, I can show you how I'm going to attach this guy over here. I was not able to get it attached before my battery died, so that's fine. In the interim, I am going to attach my SAR Silk before I attach it on. So I have this piece of SAR Silk, and for the time being, I'm just going to attach to the ends. And so to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get my little finding. Now, if you don't have any of these guys, I think we have some on the website. I can't quite remember, but I think we do. And I'm just going to take this and I'm going to give it a little glue. And I'm going to fold it a little bit just to give it a little more stabilization here. And it's going to get all to my fingers. And then I'm going to do a little dab, and a little dab, and I'm going to bring this in here. And get my square nose. And I'm just going to crimp him down. Easy, easy. Lemon squeezy. I'm going to let him dry. Oh, I got a little glue on the back. Got a little smidge of glue on the back. I'll get that off with a little alcohol. So that guy's drying up. I'm going to just go ahead and do the other side since we're doing it right now. So while that one's drying, I'm just going to do this side as well. Smidge. Smidge. There we go. Let that one dry up as well. And so the glue is just a little extra precaution. They have little teeth in them, so they crimp down to the ribbon, so they're ribbon crimp ends. So there we go. We'll let those dry. And whilst that's drying, I'm going to pop off here and do the other side. Alright guys, here we are. We have our focal piece completed. We are now going to add on our ribbon, our SAR Silk ribbon. So at this point, I've just done the ends. This is the strip that I had. I'm going to cut it and trim it down, but I'm first going to attach it using this little jump ring that we have on here. And I'm just going to attach it right onto that finding. Love ribbon ends. They're the best. Okay. And this side as well. And at this point, there's a couple of things that we could do as far as the other end. Okay, so if you wanted, let me zoom out so you can see. So if you wanted, this is just the longest piece of this ribbon that I had. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it just evenly as soon as I can find a scissor. Do I not have a scissor? Okay, some scissor monster took my scissor, so I'm going to cut it with this guy. Okay, so now at this point, what you could do is you could add 2 more leather ends to the end, right up here, and you could add a clasp of your choosing, or you could just tie this. This could be your end. You could just tie it like this, which honestly I'm not mad at that. I think it's kind of cute. But if you're not for all that, you probably want to tie a better bow than that. So you could do that. You could just tie this to jump rings. Okay, so here's an option for that. Like, there's a lot of things you could do. I think what I'll do is I'm going to get myself some jump rings here. See, some of these are kind of more heavy duty than others. Larger. Okay, I'm going to use these 2 larger ones, and I'm going to just tie these on. Now, I do have 2 other ends here. If you wanted to just attach them, you could. I mean, it's completely up to you how you want to go with it. So the question is how long do we want it to be? So I like mine to be shorter, about, 18, 19 inches. So that's probably what I will make this one. Starting from his head. So if we did 20 inches, it would be right here. So I'm going to say 18, and I'm going to back it up a little bit. For our findings. So basically right here, I'm going to take this pencil, and I'm going to make a little mark on each side of the ribbon, just because this is where I need to tie them at. So what I'm going to do is, these are locking jump rings, so I'm going to take my finding and I'm going to split it. So this is a Old Faithful clasp. Whoa. I'm going to split it, and I think I have to use some smaller ovals here. You could put an extender. Maybe I should put an extender. Decisions. Well, you could put in an extender if you want to. I think I'm just going to go this way. So, just making sure that this is going to fit on there. So I have one side of my Old Faithful onto this guy here. It does fit. I'm going to lock it up. Do the same on the other side. Make sure those are closed up good. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one and I'm just going to tie put him down in the spot I want him to be on my pencil mark, and I'm literally just going to tie a knot. I'm going to go 1, 2, and I'm going to pull, and then I'm going to do it again. 1, 2, and pull him into place. Same on the other side. Look for my little pencil mark. Here it is. Okay. One, two. Again. One, two. I'm just kind of straightening this knot out, tightening it up. Now, because I am a fan of SAR Silk, I am going to leave my tails. I might trim them a little bit, but for the most part, I'm going to leave them. I'm going to cut them at an angle. Hopefully I can cut them with this. Don't cut the wrong one. Okay. Then I like the fray. That's just me. I know a lot of people don't care for that. You wouldn't have to use SAR Silk. You could use ribbon. You could use hemp. You could use leather. You could use chain. You don't have to do any of this. You do whatever you want. So then once my knots are on there, I am going to hit them with just a smidge of glue in the middle of the knot. Nothing crazy, just a little smidge. Okay. I'm doing it in the middle to kind of just disguise it a little bit. For security, you know, because we're about that. Okay, so while that's drying up, now I'm going to move back down here, and I did say that I wanted to put a little smidge of SAR Silk on my octopus. Now, there's a couple of ways you can do this. You can literally just tie it on like with this, right? So you could just go here, and I'm going to tie a little close. I just want a little smidge like this. Literally a smidge. Just like that. That might even be a little much. Haircut it. Needs a little trim, a little fray out. Hit him with a little bit of glue. And come over to this side, do the same thing. Just the smidgiest of smidges. Okay. And just like that, party people, we are done. This guy's got to dry up a little bit still. Ooh, yeah, it's still a little wet. this is our finished product. Now, if you didn't like the SAR Silk, you wouldn't have to do that. And I'll put it up so you can see it on the form. I just got to give it a little hot minute to dry. But this is the ending product. So there she is, and that all came from the inspiration of this card. So technically, this is this part, right? With the ribbon and everything. So super cute, love that. I think it turned out really well. According to the design that we made, it turned out pretty much exactly the way I thought it would, if not a little bit better. Let's see. Yeah, the SAR Silk around, turtles and whatnot. Yeah, so there we go. Although I will say I moved this one over here, but it didn't look right hanging there because it kind of gave it offset. So let me switch to my other camera and I will show it to you on the necklace form. Okay, party people, I just knocked this off my desk. Of course I did. Here we go. So here we are. Let's see. You can see this whole thing. Tilt down a little bit. There we go. So this is what we have. This is the finished product. Got that guy twisted a little bit. But yeah, there we go. So this is what he looks like on. I wish I could show you the whole thing closer, but here we go. I think it looks quite cute, honestly. I like the SAR Silk. It makes it look like super organic with all the octopus and everything. I do think that I like the color that I chose as far as it being kind of almost like a taupe with the turtles, but kind of subtle, you know, but also kind of pink. I think it worked out really well, and I'm very happy with it. So there we go. This has been project number 6, our last project for Bargain Bead Box Sunken Treasure. So I did hear that they came out with some companion bundles and stuff you guys were saying in the morning coffee. I did not get any of those. I did get a message from them saying they were available, but I was busy at the time that came out. So I would be interested to know what you guys are creating with your companion bundles or what you've been making with your Sunken Treasure. But yeah, so this will conclude the end of our June Bargain Bead Box. A little late, a little behind, but still super fun, I think. I like all the projects that we made. I liked using the cards. That was fun. Kind of makes for some fresh ideas. So there you go. All right, guys. Well, I hope you're having a lovely, spectacular, amazing beading day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.